Detroit has gone through so many periods of renaissance over the last 100 years, but it really feels like we've reached critical mass at this point, and that the city is going to really come back strong.
Ultimately, I think what continues to remain the same is the resiliency of the people of Detroit.
Don't wait for the man to give you a job. Bake your own breads, build your own bikes, fix your own shoes.
My father has had a ministry in Detroit for the last 40 years, Straight Gate International Church. And now me and my brother are associate pastors at the church. And there's a scripture, straight is the gate and narrow is the way. That's why our ministry is called Straight Gate and the coffee shop is called Narrow Way. It's just a pleasure to be able to have a coffee shop which brings people together right here on the Livernois Avenue of Fashion in Detroit. And we were able to serve them and just take a little stress out of their day.
I graduated from Michigan in 2000, and I went into options trading, actually. And I was an options trader for a couple of years on the Chicago Board Options Exchange in Chicago, and that's where I kind of fell in love with the craft cocktail thing. Wanted to move back to Detroit and decided to get into the bar business, so I bought a bar. It was kind of the first cocktail bar in Detroit. I'm a partner in Wright & Company, Honest John's, the Peterborough, Bad Luck, Fuel Bar. We just took over downtown, and next week we're opening a tiki bar in Southwest called Mutiny. We bought an old dive bar and are just kind of redoing the aesthetic and just kind of doing classic tiki drinks, the big mugs and the crazy looking drinks.
I studied political science, but what I really practiced was political activism. So when we opened the bakery, we wanted to have a right livelihood business. So it was right relationship with the earth, right relationship with the community, and right relationship with our employees. Basically at that time in Detroit, there was almost no retail left in the city. So when we opened the bakery, the number one thing people said to us was, thank you for opening a place where I can spend my money. That was how underserved the community was. The challenge has been, first of all, maintaining the culture that existed to begin with, that was very intimate, and now having this, all these different businesses that really we need to support this large manufacturing facility. We've really had to learn how to sort of institutionalize this culture.
I think there's more collaboration that we can have and more investment that we can make as a university in multiple communities. Not to say it necessarily has to benefit the University of Michigan, but it has to benefit the mission of Leaders Invest. And so sometimes when you're doing things that impact mission, you're not really concerned with how it impacts you, it's how does it impact the mission. And that's got to be bigger than yourself.
It doesn't seem like Michigan had a really great connection to Detroit. Obviously Ann Arbor is phenomenal, but it didn't really have a great connection, but I'm starting to see a lot of these guys coming back, a lot of my fellow alumni.
I think the change is psychic in some ways, I think it's spiritual in some ways, and it's social a lot. And now there's this whole new generation of young people who are, attracted to Detroit, not only for the jobs downtown and the professional jobs, but because this really has become sort of a center of a new path for development.
The future of Detroit looks like you. We need all hands on deck. If you have a heart for people and a heart for making positive change in a community that is ripe for it, Detroit is where it's at.